Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to our show, Pop Will Never Stop. Today, I would like to introduce my, if I may say, my new friend, Mr. Ryan Barnes, also known as Captain SilverTooth. Ryan, go
Well,
ahead.
hello, Mohammed. Hey, thank you so much for having me today. I greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. The pleasure is mine. Thank you so much for being available. Thank you so much for setting the time. I know, like, this recording is going to be kind of knowing both, knowing each other through the video, like introduce you to
Sure.
the audience, to the viewers, and I also get to know you as well. So thank you so much for making yourself available, and hopefully it will be
I'm
a
going
fun
to warn you,
episode.
though, some of the things I say you'll never be able to unhear. So that's just,
Oh,
it might stick with you forever.
that's what we like here. So that's a great surprise
Mm.
us. Thank you very much, Ryan. Uh, let's see, Ryan. Like I know we prepared a list of like kind of general questions,
hmm
but why don't I start by having you tell us a little about yourself. Who is Ryan as a musician, and what would you like? How would you like to introduce yourself to our audience and our viewers today?
Sure. Yeah. So I am, gosh, Mohammed, I'm turning 50 years old today. Or not today, this year. I have no
Oh,
idea
okay.
how that happened. Like it just, like yesterday I was 22 and then now I'm turning 50. But I've been involved in playing music. Gosh, since I was a kid. I know in your questions that you want to dive a little further into this, but just as a quick
Yes.
summary, though, I
Yes.
started playing in elementary school and played a variety of instruments, sang in choirs and in a large mega church, and
Nice.
played in orchestras. I've played on multiple stages. As well as hosted a few online shows and video shows and play and hosted open mic, and just music has always been a part of who I am, and I think it's because I don't know, the way my brain works, my particular brand of neurodiversity, music makes sense to me. Whereas something like soccer or football, like I could watch that all day and not understand one thing of it. Like sports, I have no aptitude for sports whatsoever.
Me
But
too.
but music just clicks, and it always has, and it's so something that I appreciate on a different level from conversations that I've had, say with my wife or with other people closer to me. I if I can give you a quick example, I know this is
Please,
just an
of course.
introduction,
It's fine. Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
um, I I have uh, I've heard, just like anybody else, heard a variety of songs
Mhm.
on the radio, grocery stores, dentist's office, whatever.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
But popular songs of whatever time period that was, 80s, 90s, whatever. And
Mhm.
I can recognize almost any of these songs that I've heard, but my wife gives me such a hard time about this. I don't know the words, and I the
Oh,
words
okay,
that I
okay.
do know are so incorrect, but the instrumental parts, the bass line, the lead guitar, the rhythm guitar, the little horn that comes in, like I hear all of these different parts. And when my kids were little, when we'd go on these road trips, I would make a game out of them. I would tell them, okay,
Mhm.
close your eyes, put a song on the stereo, close your eyes, tell me what parts you hear, tell me which instruments you hear, and just have them close their eyes and learn to isolate the different sounds. And
Okay.
because of that, I feel like they appreciate music a lot more fully now than a lot
Nice.
of other people do. And for me, it's always been that way. I've always heard the different parts, but like I said, I mean, my wife makes fun of me so much by the lyrics that I try and sing along with. She said, "What did you just say? What is that not it?" So
So in that case, I take it your wife is your most critique probably from what it sounds to me. In a way, in a way,
she is, and on the in
in a
the
good
same
way.
fashion, she's also my biggest supporter. I mean, she's been listening
Nice.
and encouraging me even decades before we got married. I mean, she's always been. I mean, inspiration is I feel such a small such a small word to explain
Wow.
the deep backbone that she is to that part of me.
Nice. I like that. I like that. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you so much, Ryan. Let's see. I guess if you like, we can start with our formal questions. Thank you for the
Sure.
great introduction.
Yeah.
And I'm sure our audience and viewers will find more as we progress.
Okay.
Let's see. Um, so one of the question was why music as a career and as a passion? You probably cover part of that. Like I like the way you describe it. It clicked to you. Like this is a very simple but very effective description. Like I did the
Yeah.
same.
If I can actually go a little bit deeper because it's kind of a fun
Please.
story. Um,
Yeah.
and it, all the people involved in this story know this story, so I'm not spilling
Okay.
any tea here. But
Okay. Okay. Good.
but when I was in fourth grade, my or grade four for the Canadians,
Okay. Okay.
my best friend Trent, he and I had a crush on the same girl. It's this pretty blonde girl,
Mm.
and please do not take a sound clip because if I say the prettiest girl in fourth grade and somebody takes that out of context, that sounds so
Oh,
creepy. But
please don't do that. Okay. Okay.
prettiest girl in fourth grade, but she played violin, and so so my friend and I both having a crush on her, we had the same idea: is next year we're gonna play violin too, and then maybe she'll like us, and you know
Okay.
the
Okay.
logic of a fourth grade boy,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so I started playing violin, my first instrument, and the crush fell away eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a great girl and all,
Usual.
but
Okay.
the crush fell away. But I found a new love, and that was music, and that was playing music.
Nice.
And so I started playing violin, and stuck with that up until high school, and then I added saxophone and piano and percussion, and continued with
Nice.
violin, and then I started singing in choir, and just started learning instrument and instrument and instrument, and found, especially with violin being my first instrument, everything else was pretty easy to learn.
You start with the hardest. Okay. One.
So
Okay. Okay.
that's it. That's it. The violin, from what I understand, the violin and French horn are considered the two most difficult instruments to learn, and so. I've tried the French horn. That did not click at all. I love the
Oh, I
sound
see.
of
I
it.
see.
I love the sound of it if anybody plays it except for me. So
I'm sure you're not that bad. You should give yourself the
oh
credit.
yeah, no, you're being way too generous. I make
Oh,
people want
man.
to become deaf trying to play a French horn.
Okay. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, I mean, I suppose you still have a great variety of other instruments that you try and you practice, so that's great. I mean, hey,
I do.
this is way more than me. Like, I'm just a music listener. I'm not a musician in any way, but I
Mhm,
definitely appreciate, uh, I can imagine the time and effort and the practice you have to do on each one to get like
mhm.
higher and higher. Like,
Yeah,
go ahead.
it definitely it definitely does it definitely does take a level of commitment to become, I would say, good enough that people want to listen to
Mm-mm-mm.
you. Because I would just sit in my bedroom or living room or whatever, and I would play songs over and over again, but they weren't quite the quality that I could take the stage with, and if I actually I can actually attribute that shift from just messing around and fiddling around with instruments at home to how I was able to start taking the stage and being performance level, if that makes sense.
Nice.
Um,
Hmm.
and I actually attribute that to two people. And the first one was Pastor David Jones. He was a friend of mine, and the a father of a couple friends of mine. He had three kids, and I was friends with all three of them. But
Okay.
he was a pastor who went as a guest speaker or to help out churches in intermittent times in between pastors often. And so he would always drag me along, say, Ryan, can you come play piano or play saxophone for my church? And
Okay.
and I got to tell you, at
Nice.
this time, At this time, like the stage that his churches were in, it was often a congregation of maybe 8 or 9 people, with 4 of them being his wife and kids. So
Oh,
it
very
wasn't
small setup. Very small.
the
Okay, okay,
stakes. The stakes were very, very small, and so,
okay.
but and he knew that I wasn't quite ready to play in front of people, but he saw potential in me, and so he kept bringing me along, and Ryan playing, and that got me used to playing in front of people. And then
I like
secondly.
that.
Secondly was I had there's so much of my life that I attribute to this man, but I had started working for a coffee shop called Planet Java, just a small individual coffee shop. This was in Fresno before Starbucks came, and so coffee shops were or privately owned coffee shops were a bit better business and all. And oh my gosh, Mohammed, I worked on and off for this guy for 12 years because he was such a great leader and such a great person to be around, and so encouraging, that I would work for him because I loved the job and I loved working for him. But the nature of the business, it couldn't pay enough to pay the bills. I had a wife and kids and all. And so I would leave him and I would take work somewhere else enough to pay down the debt that I had accrued because I was only making a barista salary. And then once that was done, then I would go back to work for him and again, and the cycle, because it was such a great job. And it was a chance that he gave me. Like, I had never made coffee before. I had never, done anything like that before. He had put an ad in the paper. I showed up with a paper and I said, "I'm here so you could take this ad down." And he said, he just gave me a chance. And nice. I got to tell you, he is the best employer I have ever worked for, and somebody to this day that I attribute most of my personal growth to.
Nice.
But in addition to that, where it comes into the music scene is because he had this coffee shop, I said, "Hey, do you mind if I start playing music here?" And he said, "Yeah, Ryan, go ahead." And so he'd let me take over his coffee shop, and I started playing some stuff by myself. Eventually formed a band, the SilverTooth Band. And I know you're going to ask me about that name, Captain SilverTooth, in a bit. We'll get to that. Sure. But I was able to start playing, and we eventually started packing out the house, and then we started spilling out into the outside patio, and I think that was the foundation of giving me confidence and learning stage presence, if that makes sense. So I went from just being a musician to a performer.
I like that.
But yeah, no, this guy Keith, and if just in case he ever sees this video, I'm gonna make sure that I shout out to him is Keith at Planet Java. You've been such a huge part of molding me into who I am, and I attribute so much of what I am now to those years I spent with you. So thank you.
That's very nice of you. I hope he'll be able to see that. I hope. That's great. Thank you so much, Ryan. Let's see. So I believe we kind of cover like music as career and a passion. We cover a little bit music for your music as a listener. Maybe you can tell me like your early days, like if there were any particular band name, artist name, musician name that you used to like that make you maybe start also more into music in the early days.
Okay, sure, yeah. So, I mean, every question you have me has got a story to it.
I love that. It's all about the story. So please, be our guest. You're our guest.
Yeah. So I grew up in a traditional middle class family from the 80s. My dad was working really hard, working a lot of overtime hours, and so what I had was my mom and my sister, of course, but my mom and the church as my main influences. And at that time in the 80s, there was a big deal with what was called the satanic panic. Everything is evil, whatever. So the only thing that your kids should listen to is contemporary Christian music. And the contemporary Christian music of the 80s was awful. It was so bad. But that's what my mom knew that she was supposed to play for her kids. And so that's all we had in the home. And my dad didn't influence me with any of his rock stuff because he was working. And so all my foundation was this awful music and Disney movies and soundtracks and I
Okay.
love movies, and so anything outside of that genre was introduced to me by soundtracks, by the movies of the 80s and the 90s.
Okay.
And
Okay.
my
Okay.
my wife will often laugh at, she laughs at me a lot. I think I'm funny, but maybe I'm just really that sad person where you just have to laugh at them. I'm not sure. But my wife, she'll say, yeah, I listened to this growing up, and I'll tell her I know this from this movie or this movie or this movie. And,
You connected to a movie. Okay. Okay.
I do, definitely. And my CD collection, when I first started building my CD collection, was, I would say, 70% soundtracks and scores.
Nice. Okay. Okay.
So, and so you had asked me before. I know you like to play a music trivia game, and you had asked me before about some
Yes.
songs,
Yeah.
and you know my response was hey, if it wasn't a soundtrack and it wasn't in a score and it wasn't Disney, I have no idea, because I'm likely to get my lyrics incorrect and but
That's totally fine.
to get back to your question though, this was my foundation, and this was my foundation. And I was so heavily involved with the church. I was a youth leader. I was singing in the choir, playing in the church orchestra. But that's all that I was surrounded with. And
Yes.
so when I was in college, even when I started playing this music at Planet Java, it was mostly cover songs, a few originals, but mostly cover songs of Christian music from the time or from earlier. And then we added the singer into our band, and he was from Canada, and he brought with him music. He introduced me to a band called Captain Tractor, and it has nothing to do with the name Captain SilverTooth. Again, we'll get into that, but
Sure.
but he introduced me to this band, Captain Tractor, and they are a Celtic rock band out of Edmonton, and I had never heard instrumental mixes like that. I had never heard layers and rhythms and songs, and then the content of their songs. I mean, it was mostly about love, loss, and drinking, as any good Celtic or any good non-Christian band would have.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and I was just blown away by it, and I completely fell in love with Captain Tractor. And so I picked up every album that I could find, which this was late 90s, so it wasn't quite as easy as it is now. No streaming services, websites were poor at best, and then buying any international music was a huge challenge. But yes, I fell in love with this band, started listening to their songs over and over and their albums over and over again. Again, this is before streaming, so the music you listened to was either radio or what you had in your own collection.
Physical. Yes.
So, and this actually brought me to now. I'm gonna jump ahead quite a bit.
Yes, yeah.
I have sent you one of the pictures I sent you was from my birthday one year. I had to work in Edmonton, and on my birthday, one of the members from Captain Tractor, Chris, he was hosting an open mic in Edmonton, and so I got to go meet him, borrow his guitar, and play some of his songs for him at the open mic, and it was such a wonderful experience. It was such a wonderful experience. And
Let me see if I
anyway,
can find this picture. Was it one of the individual pictures you sent?
no, it was in the collection. There's me standing with a blonde guy in a bar.
Okay.
So
If you allow me, I'm going to do a quick slideshow, and I'm going to share it with you and the audience.
Sure, of course. Sure. Let's see. I mean, again, there's stories for everything. This. That phase that was going on, everybody making action figure. My wife was playing with Chat GPT, and it's so perfect. It's got my dog who just turned 3 today, or I guess 21 in dog years. Do I need to buy her a beer? I'm not sure how that works. But she's with me everywhere.
Very cute. Very cute picture. Yes, you're right. Yeah, there was, I think it's still popular. Every band or musician would like to have their collectible type of figurine. I like that. That is cute. Let's see.
Okay, right here. Now I'm going to jump ahead because one of your questions.
Yeah.
I have your list here, but I don't want to spend time focusing on that right now.
Sure.
This was probably the best performance of my life, and it wasn't even a performance. What we're looking at right here is Shannon Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars. This is a drum circle that he was leading in Malibu, and I had the privilege, the honor. I don't even think words are going to suffice right now. But anyway, he was doing a drum circle, and he noticed that I had a little bit of musical skill, and so he came over to me and basically shifted the leadership of this drum circle to me for a short time. And so I am surrounded by these strangers. I start the beat. I'm holding the beat in front of the drummer for one of my favorite bands, but everyone else starts to join in with whatever instruments, whatever percussive instruments that they have with them, and it was such a
Energy.
spiritual connection. Like it just this moment with all of these people, just like we never practiced before, we've never talked it before, but we're just all connecting through the beat, through the music, and it was such an amazing experience. And like I said, this it wasn't even a performance, but I think this stands out to me as the deepest moment musically that I've ever experienced.
Very nice. I like that. See, actually, like, by the way, I mean, it go without saying, today is all about the stories. So please, like,
Sure.
any stories you like to share, that's what we're here for.
Sure. And this here is this is Taya. She's an amazing singer, and I had met her in an open mic. She was pretty young at the time, but I saw that she had a lot of talent in her voice, and she just needed a little bit of guidance. And so I went to her parents and talked to her parents, said, "Hey, I think I can do something with her. I think I can help coach her and make her a better performer." And so they agreed to work with me, and we started working on some stuff. We found out that musically we mesh so well, and personality wise, like I'm a very dry, sarcastic person when it comes to humor, and I found that she was able to meet that energy and throw it right back at me. And so we had so much fun. We had so much fun, and we jived so well musically that we just started performing together and formed a duo called 1543 that we played quite a few stages and for about 3 years or so. Yeah,
Very nice. I like that.
Just another fun performance with Ryan.
Tell me about it.
I actually don't even consider myself to be a guitar, or I initially wasn't a guitar player. I was a piano player, or keyboard player, and I was leading worship at church, leading the music at church. And we were living in Huntington Beach, and the one of the pastors, Billy, who was organizing this beach service night, he said, "Hey, Ryan, I need you to lead music for Friday night." This was Monday. And I said, "Okay, Billy, my keyboard doesn't plug in on the sand. That's not how that works." And so he handed me his 12-string guitar, which is right back. Let me get out of the way there. In the middle there, the one with the stickers. Okay. He handed me his 12-string guitar, and he said, "All right, here you go. You've got 4 days to learn." So, all right.
No pressure.
No pressure. And a 12-string guitar, nobody learns on a 12-string guitar. But every day after work, I would go sit on the beach for 4 days, and I would just play and play, and I'd figure out the chords again before the internet. But I had a pretty strong foundation with violin and piano, and so I was like, okay, this is an E string, so 3 frets up, then this string, and then figured out 3 or 4 chords, which, I mean, Tom Petty made a whole career out of that, so that's not too bad. But
okay.
But I figured out 3 or 4 chords, and I led a very poor worship section on the beach that Friday night, and what happened for me though is it clicked that this guitar is so much easier to carry around than my 60-pound keyboard with full weighted keys and a 20-pound case. And so I started playing guitar more and more, and that is now my main instrument, although I still feel like I'm much better on piano. the guitar for its portability factor
Got
is
it.
pretty high in my book.
Thank you. And I do see you do have a nice collection. Like, how many guitar do you have behind you right now? Just curious.
I know I keep talking about my wife, but she's amazing. And I will say for any other musicians that are out there, if you ever find a girl who says you don't have enough guitars, you need more, marry her. I I
A big
tried to trim
advice.
down to three. I tried to trim down to three guitars, and my wife said that's not going to be enough. You need other guitars for different sounds. And I said, "Oh my gosh, I love you so much." So
She's a
on my
keeper.
she is definitely a keeper. On my wall here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of them is a bass, but 6 guitars and a bass, and then I have one in the living room that hangs on the wall there in case I'm ever inspired at the moment. I could just grab it without having to walk all the way in here.
I like
First world
that. So
problems,
you,
right?
yeah. So you basically have one guitar for every day of the week, right? Plus one
I
maybe
you know,
extra.
that's
I
Mohammed, that
love
is a
that.
wonderful way to look at that. That is I should do that. And each day, like on my Monday guitar, that's what I play.
Yeah.
And so my Thursday guitar, which hardly ever gets touched after maybe a year, 52 weeks. I mean, we'll get good at all
Uh,
of those. And I will
Thank
attribute
you.
that to you and this brilliant idea that you had today.
Glad I can help. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ray. Let's see. We just reached our about 30 minutes mark here. Would you like us to take
Okay.
a very quick break and then we'll continue with our review? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm very like excited so far, but we can probably take a very quick break and continue our conversation. How does that sound?
Yeah, let's do that. I need to go grab a Pepsi or excuse me,
Okay,
a cola of some sort because Pepsi is not sponsoring this video.
that's right. Thank you. Yes, yeah. Thank you so much, Ryan. We'll take a very quick break and we'll be
Great.
right back with you guys. Thank you.
Hello, I've waited here for you ever long. Tonight, I'll throw myself into out of my head, out of the rain she sang. Come down and waste away with me, down with me. So how you wanted it to be? I'm over my head, I'm out of my head, she sang. And I wonder when I sing along with you, if anything could ever feel this real forever. If anything could ever be this good again. The only thing I'll ever ask of you, you gotta promise not to stop when I say, when she say. Breathe out so I can breathe you in, hold you in. And now I know you've always been out of your head, I'm out of my head, she sang. And I wonder when I sing along with you, if anything could ever feel this real forever. If anything could ever be this good again. The only thing I'll ever ask of you, you gotta promise not to stop when I say, when she said. thing I'll ever ask of you. You gotta promise not to stop when I say when.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We continue the episode today with my new friend, Mr. Ryan, or also known as Captain SilverTooth.
Captain SilverTooth.
Yeah, we'll get to the name in a minute or when suited. And
Sure.
I love all the little stories you were telling about the picture, so we'll resume the
Oh, sure.
Ryan in pictures and anything you like to share. I believe that was the last one we just checked, so I'm going to move to the one after.
This now we had just talked about what I consider to be my best stage, or how the deepest performance. I guess I can't even find my words right now. This
No,
the sugar that I got from the unbrand soda. I think that did a number on me.
On brand, I like that.
Yeah. So this particular stage was in Atlanta. It was in this place called Little 5 Points, and it was this tiny little coffee shop. I had never heard of the place before, and I wish I remembered the name, but I don't. But they had asked me to come play. I had never been there, didn't know anything about what was happening, but sure, why not? I was just thankful that somebody wanted my music, and so I came, and what I found out later, what this was. It was like a ministry, kind of like Salvation Army, but they just opened the doors to at the time they were called homeless. I think unhoused is the only proper way to say the term now, but to people living on the street that it was cold, it was rainy. This gave them a place to go hang out, and so they just had a little coffee, like an old Cambro coffee pot set up, and their cover charge was whatever they paid, whatever they chose to pay. And so,
I like that.
Some people would put in $1, some people would put in 13 cents, whatever. And they all of the money went to the musicians. So I think I made $2.62 that night.
Oh,
and can I tell you, Mohammed, these are this particular night, the impression that, and after I played, I sat down and talked to a few people to get their stories, and what I was hearing, this overwhelming impression was how nice it was to have something like that, where whatever troubles that a person brought with them, they felt like just a regular person again. And I was so touched to have been a part of that, and
nice.
to, I mean, I don't know about, maybe this is just a personal failure, but I feel like a lot of people, if you talk to an individual, you get to know the person. But if you put that individual with the group, then suddenly it's these people. And for people that are living on the streets, a lot of people, including myself, have this idea of what these people are like. And it's not like that. It's, everybody's an individual, and everybody has a struggle. Everybody has a story. Shoot, I was living in BC, in British Columbia, and for 10 years. And there was this news report on the unhoused there. And there were people there with full-time jobs that in the shelter, that were living in the shelter with full-time jobs, but the housing prices and just the affordability of the area was so bad, they just couldn't afford to have their own, actually have their own apartment
Nice.
or home or whatever. And so, everybody's got a story, but I don't know about you, but for me, there have been multiple times in my life where I'm going through something or other, and I just
Uncertainty. Yes.
something that makes me feel like I'm a human, like I'm a person, like
The basic
I'm
human
somebody
needs,
who can enjoy life. It's such a touching thing at that moment, and
I like that.
and that's what this whole place was designed around, was I guess giving humanity to people who have been marginalized, if that makes sense.
I like that. I like that, Ryan. Thank you so much.
That $2.63 I earned that night, that was my proudest payday for a show that I've ever done.
Yeah, I hear you, and like Ryan, like I can tell, like I know this is the first time we're actually meeting each other over the video of online, and from the very first time we talk, like I can tell you have a big heart. You're a very kind man. And also, actually, and on that topic, no, thank you. On that topic, actually, I also, one of the videos that I was, so like, after our first call, I said, okay, I need to gather media for you, right, to prepare something for the episode. And also, since we're talking about that, I also saw a video that I also like to share with the audience today, with you. It is, I saw, I believe that was the COVID area where I saw you were performing like to the neighbor, I believe. Let me see if I can find this video quick. There was a video with you, like with the, I guess with your car behind you, and let me see, where can I find that video? And you know how it is when you need something. Yeah, I believe that's the one.
Right.
Allow me to share it. What I'm going to do, I'll just share it. It may look as a still image for you, but on the final edit, I'll show it as actually playable video.
Okay.
I would like.
Sure.
I also want to have our audience, any viewers today, just to see the kind and the nice musician you are. Like I saw that and I said, well, this is really nice and sweet of you to. We all remember these COVID early days and lockdown and nobody moved, nobody go. So when I saw that, I say, okay, well, I have to share that, and that was a good time to do it. So
yeah, you've done your homework. I didn't even share this video with you. So
yeah, I mean, I really want to share you, Ryan, as a musician, as a human, and as a kind person, and this is really one of the things that I say. Okay, it's very I can see like. It's all personal effort, and I can guess like these are your neighbors or people you nearby, and you're just having
right. So if I can give you a little more to that,
please.
So during COVID, everything shut down. No more music indoors, nothing except for. I almost feel like COVID was created by DoorDash and Netflix, but the only thing that people had access to was stuff at home. And so I started just putting on Facebook, hey, I will do these cul-de-sac concerts for you. Gather, talk to your neighbors, and let me know if you want to host me in your driveway. I'll bring all the stuff. I'll play some music, no cost to you. Just something again to make you feel like a human and make you feel alive. So I started doing these cul-de-sac shows just as myself, and then I started an online show called Captain SilverTooth's Buccaneer Bash, and I did this in the afternoons, like around 2:00 in the afternoon, and this was a children's show using my Captain SilverTooth persona. I would dress as a pirate, and I would play kids songs, mostly Disney songs and stuff. Nice. But then there would be little crafts and things like that. But the idea was to give these mothers that were stuck at home with their kids a break, just something to do. And this was right after the time where the kids are probably just waking up from a nap and everything. And so, yeah, it was just this fun online show. And I didn't really advertise, but we ended up getting maybe about 28,000 viewers. So,
nice.
So it was pretty cool. Yeah,
Impressive.
and it was.
Impressive.
These were not my best performances, but it was
I'm
just
sure they were
like I said,
good.
something to do for their parents and the kids. I would
Community.
give I would give the kids these challenges, like with the whole pirate idea. Like if you wanted to be a good deckhand on Captain SilverTooth's ship, then what you need to do is help us keep a clean deck. And so you practice at home by cleaning up your room, or
Oh, okay.
to be a good pirate, you have to be able to let other people know that they're doing a good job. And so tell somebody, like your garbage man or your mailman, tell them that you're thankful for them, and then get back to me and let me know that you've done it. And all these little challenges here
Nice.
to kind of make the world a better place, and with
I like
the
that.
limitations that I had during
Yeah.
that time.
I like that. I like that. Like again, very kind of you. Like it's really the least way I can say it.
Thank you for saying that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Ryan. I guess we'll continue with the picture sharing because I'm
Sure.
really excited with all. Let's see. And by the way, I know you mentioned Disney more than one time, and I'm not sure if you know that or not, but I'm also a very Disney fanatic myself. So,
Oh, are you?
yes,
That's
yeah,
great.
yeah. We will get to that in some of your pictures when we talk about
That's
this.
great.
Thank you. So we run that a little bit. Here is another picture with another performance, I believe.
Yeah, got quite a few of those. I really have nothing special to say about this one, but
Okay, no worries, no worries. If you have, great. If not,
so
that's
there,
fine.
yeah, there I am with 30 Seconds to Mars, and when I got to meet the band, that was a lot of fun, and I got to be one of the. If you've listened to their music, you'll know that some of their songs feature like large groups of people singing in the background and stuff, and so
Okay.
I got to be one of those voices for the America
Nice.
album that came out a few years ago. So that was a lot of fun.
Very cool.
Yeah. And that's me with Chris Winters from Captain Tractor.
Okay,
And
okay.
you can tell by my eyes, this was at a bar, maybe after one or two drinks.
Only two? Just kidding, just kidding.
Well, they pour heavy in Canada.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, okay. Concentrated too. Okay.
Yes.
Looks
Yes.
nice. Let's see here, another
And
performance.
yeah, this was in Atlanta at Dave and Buster's. It was one of the more frequent places that I played as an individual performer, and then often as open mic too. And I had met such a huge number of people. And okay, I'm not a person that name drops, and so I don't want to be that guy, but I will say that a lot of people that I met during this time in Atlanta have gone on to very large stages. And I have this video that I won't share online, but I have this video of my house. Just we're having a dinner party with my friends, and everybody's bringing brings their guitars and whatever, and we just kind of hang around, and we're all sitting on the floor in my living room singing along to a Green Day song and just playing along. But the person holding the camera kind of pans all the way around the circle, and there are at least 5 faces there that I would say 90% of America would recognize. And this is all just
cool.
kind of as we were coming up, together. And so
I see.
I had such a great experience from the music scene in Atlanta when I lived there.
I like that. Now you make me curious. How can I get this video from you? I'm just kidding. You don't have to.
Yeah,
It's fine,
no,
it's fine.
I don't spill the tea.
It's
Don't spill the
okay.
tea.
It's okay. It's okay. It's another picture.
Yeah, so yeah, me playing with my my gosh, he did as a kid, had such a great singing voice, and he loved to sing. And then he started getting self-conscious, around that 6th grade, 7th grade, when everybody starts to doubt anything that they do. And so he doesn't sing in front of anybody anymore, but he was so good because he just put his whole heart into singing.
Cute. Well, I'm sure at some point you can revisit that talent with him when he's ready, or when he changes his mind.
I'm hoping to. We actually did a podcast together for a while, and this was again during COVID, and it was called the Barnes Boys podcast. And
Okay.
I decided to start showing him 80s movies, and
Ooh, cool.
we would talk about them because we were living in British Columbia, and he was going to fine art school. So the best way to describe that is his influences were more liberal than anything that I had ever seen growing up as conservative as I did.
Okay,
and
okay.
a woke or liberal or even just an updated viewpoint on a lot of these 80s movies really leave people saying like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that this was normal and this was okay and whatever.
Oh,
and
yes,
so
yes.
we would revisit these movies that were like full of racism, sexism, and all of these horrible things. And we would talk about them from the different perspectives. Me from the person who grew up during that time and lived through that. And then him from Gen Z, much younger with more, I guess, elevated perspectives on life. Like what is normal for him now is so different than what was normal for me as a kid, and what was normal for the movies. And then of course we dive in, because we love movies so much. We dive into acting styles, directing, cinematography, and all that. But we covered the big strong point were the social issues of the time, and we had a lot of fun with that.
I like that. Well, I wish him best of luck with whatever career or path he'll select.
That's me on a boat.
Tell us more.
I had this. Yeah, my wife bought me this little backpacker guitar to take with me. So anytime we were crossing the ferry to the island, or yeah, it's a great idea for camping or for traveling. But all of my instruments I was self-taught, and I was not taught to. So the way I hold a guitar is not a way that's conducive to the body style of this guitar. And so I found that I was chasing it all over the place. I couldn't get it stabilized, and it was driving me crazy. And so I ended up getting rid of that guitar, but
I see.
At least I was able to make a little bit of music on our vacations from time to time.
Okay. It is, like I would say, I wouldn't say the first time I see such shape or such, like unusual for sure.
There's me with my main instrument. I started with violin, but
it's like a blues, singing the blues.
Yeah, I used to, before I started performing, I used to think that sunglasses were just a style on stage, and then I started discovering that those bright lights were so harsh, and I have fallen off the front of a stage twice because I just couldn't see. And then I realized, it's okay to wear sunglasses. I'm not Ray Charles or anything, but I am a guy that wants to be able to see when the spotlights are in my eyes.
I like this picture. I like it. Have an artistic view, different view. Like, that's cool.
Yeah. That's a good shot. I was happy. Yeah. I was happy and surprised when somebody sent it to me.
Yeah. Cool. Let's see. What's the next one? Oops. Am I moving? Okay. What's this thing? Okay, let me try it. I hate when things don't work. They're supposed to be. Okay, this is better now.
I'm a photographer myself.
Nice.
I worked as a professional photographer and had a pretty decent staff that were amazing to work with. But I did that for a few years. But
okay.
I have been lucky in my musical journey to have just naturally made friends with so many great photographers, and because of that, I have a lot of great images that you do that have been given to me. So
that's very nice. I like that.
Like, I don't look this good in real life, but on in a still shot from this angle with this lighting, I look great.
You look great in every way. That's fine. Let's see. This is you, like, pouring your heart and soul in this one.
It is. That's. I was in a stage production called Tony and Tina's Wedding, which is this was the Vancouver production, and I played a DJ, and so I got to be on the mic singing along with some fun 80s songs, and
okay.
And this was a professional theater company, and so paid show and all that, but I had gotten to share. This is one of the times I had gotten to share the stage with both of my kids, and
Nice.
and we all got paid for this. It wasn't just a community theater, so it was a really big deal for us and our family. I've done a few shows sharing the stage with my kids in community theater, but the fact that we had moved into the professional theater was really great, and we all did it together.
I like that. Now, you mentioned there was lots of 80s songs in that performance or in that show. Can you
Yes.
name one of them? I'm just curious. Like,
This one I'm guessing was if you remember from the Breakfast Club. Gosh, I'm blanking on the name of it right now. Simple Plan sang it originally. Billy Idol did the most famous cover for it.
don't you forget, don't
that's-
you forget
yes,
about me?
yes,
Okay,
that's it.
Like to recall it.
That's
Okay,
it.
okay, that's an 80s signature. Like it have to be in every 80s collection, I would think. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing because this is what I tended to sing along with, but I didn't take the picture, didn't know what was being taken, so I'm just doing this from the context.
Okay, okay. Very cool.
And this was during COVID as I started doing live concerts, and my son was learning to do the production side of the camera work.
Cool, cool. Like that. Like simple and a clean setup.
Yeah.
Very cool. Let's see. Little one.
One of the many stages
Yeah.
that I've been on. I've had a lot of great experience being on stage, but one of the things that you don't think about when you think about musicians is you'll never see a show with just one performer. It's usually 2, 3, maybe four different acts that go on. And so I've been able to play my set, sharing the stage with some excellent performers, but more than that, I've been able to sit in the green room or sit off to the side and just be right there as they do these performances that bring others to tears or bring others to, on their feet cheering for them, and just these magical moments from such amazing performers that most of them are far better than I am. But and so I'm just thankful to have been in the same space and be able to be able to, like I said, be a part of that magic in that moment, because every performance has its own nuances and its own personality. The performance itself has its personality, and it will be different from one night or one performance to the next. And so it's been really great just being able to see and being, I guess, be included in as many as I have over the course of my musical career. So.
Very nice. Actually, yeah, this will kind of lead me to a question. I know we're not going in order, which is fine. One of the questions that I also like update is what's your ideal venue that you like to perform in? And I believe you can't cover that now.
Yeah, well, so my style of music isn't so much of something that works well in the bars. I used to play in the bars a lot in Atlanta, and they paid pretty well. They paid enough for me to quit my day job anyway.
Okay, that's good.
But it's not the vibe that, or the feeling that my music lends itself to. If I'm playing if I'm playing a slow acoustic song and somebody screams out, "Play some Skynyrd," drunkenly from the back, it just doesn't fit.
I see.
I had taken a gig on it was a New Year's Eve, and I was hired to come play in a town called Los Banos. And I don't know how familiar you are. Are you in California?
I am. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So
it sounds familiar to me. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had never been there, didn't know anything about it. They just said, "Hey, Ryan, would love to have you come open our show for us." So great, no problem. So I show up to the thing, and I'm doing the sound check, and this place is a little different than anything I had experienced, and I couldn't quite put my finger on what it was. And then after I finished my sound check, then the next act came up to do theirs, and their music style was very, very different. And then the next acts came up again. Their style was very different than mine, very similar to the one that came after me. So it turns out that somebody, for some reason, thought that my acoustic folk sound would be a great opener for this biker bar doing a death metal New Year's concert.
Oh.
I thought I was going to be dinner. Like not not invited for dinner. Like I was sure that they were going to serve me up on a plate. So it was a crazy experience. And I learned that time that if a venue contacts me, always look up the venue, always look up the other acts, know what I'm getting into beforehand.
Okay, goodness.
But
on Christmas,
I've stopped playing. Yeah, I've stopped playing in bars, and I like the feel of coffee house, doing more coffee house music. But a lot of coffee houses, the problem that I run into is when my songs get softer, more emotional, or have some sort of the lyrics are important to understand the rest of this song moments. A milk steamer or a blender really, really overpowers that music. And so coffee shops, although the vibe is great, it's hard to work with.
I see.
What I found, and I live in the Fresno County now, Clovis, and in this area, this is not a thing at all. When I grew up here, then I moved away for a while and I came back here. But when I moved away, what I found was a big deal up in BC, British Columbia, was house concerts, where somebody just wants to put on an event, so they'll hire a musician to come out and then have their friends, family, whatever come, and that's just the occasion is this house concert. And I found that those songs, the songs that I have anyway, connect so well because just like from talking to you here, when I'm on stage, I have so many stories. I would say I'm almost 50-50 stories and jokes to music. So, but with a smaller audience, it becomes more intimate, and you get to not only, as an audience member, not only get to experience a musician in a completely new way that you wouldn't in any other setting, but as a musician, you get to see right there how your songs are affecting people, how your jokes are connecting, how the emotions that you poured into writing this song about this experience in your life, how that's actually resonating with somebody. And so
direct response.
And it was so meaningful. Every one of those that I both played and attended were so meaningful to me. And
nice.
I was very disappointed. I've been back in California since December, so not even a full year yet. But I had mentioned the idea of a house concert to some friends and family members, and I mean, the reactions were somewhere between crickets and scratching their heads, like, what in the world are you talking about? What is this foreign language that you're speaking to me, Ryan? And so I wish it was a bigger thing here, but I think I'm gonna maybe just host one at my house so people can see what that experience is like.
Yeah, understand.
Yeah. But it's something that I think your question, what would be my ideal performance experience, and that is my ideal performance experience, and it's so wonderful. There's hardly any money in it, but it's not about the money. It's about my music, the things that have built their stories in me, whether it's my own or another song that hits me in some way or other. And it's being able to share that with other people through my interpretation, my piano, my guitar, my singing, whatever.
Very nice. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let's see. I think we'll continue our picture and a story segment.
Okay. Yeah, you got it.
We'll take a very quick break and we'll continue. How does that sound?
Sure, that sounds great.
We will be right back.
Okay.
Say hi. This is not for you. Say hi. Like, few things amuse him, and you can tell he's not like, what's going on here? Hi, Mimi. You want to say hello? You want to say hello to the guest? No?
Hello,
He's
hello.
not social.
Meow. Let me speak his language. Meow,
Speak-
meow,
yeah,
meow.
Sorry, I'm going to put him back in the living. Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. My puppy, well, today's her 3rd birthday, but I have these talking buttons. So I taught her to use those to communicate with us, and she does a great job with that.
Good. Should we get you one? I don't think he'll use it. He doesn't want to put any effort.
No, cats are all about them.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, I'll put him back in the living room and we'll continue.
Sure.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We continue our show today with the dear friend, the musician, Mr. Ryan Barnes, also known as Captain SilverTooth. Ryan, you think it's a time that you give us the story behind the name SilverTooth, Captain SilverTooth?
Yeah. So I was 18 years old, and I was a counselor at Hume Lake Camp. It was, I would say, I think it's 4th to 6th grade boys were in my wagon. It's called Wagon Train. We slept in these covered wagons and everything up in the mountains. And it was the first day. It was Monday. So the kids arrive on Sunday, and they're there for a week. And it was Monday, and we were out on a hike. And there was this rattlesnake. Now, if you're listening to this and you're not from California, rattlesnakes are part of our culture. It's not just the movies, the old westerns that you see. They're just there. So there was this rattlesnake, and it was on the road in front of where the kids were. And so I grabbed a branch off the ground, and I just trapped its head. I just threw put it down on its head, because it was either the snake or it was most likely going to bite one of these boys. And so I sent one of the boys back to the main camp to grab a shovel. So he came back and cut the head off, and then we skinned the snake and we put it outside of our wagon. And I was a legend. Like I was untouchable. I would be monitoring some of the attractions there, and kids would bring me Snapples. They started calling me Captain SilverTooth because I had this retainer that wrapped around my bottom teeth that was silver. Okay. So they started calling me Captain SilverTooth, and the name stuck. I see. And so I started performing, and So you said you're a Disney fan also, but so you would understand this. I grew up going to Disneyland. My favorite thing in the entire world, even before the movie, well before the movie, is where the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Okay.
I like every time now that my kids grew up regularly going to Disneyland, and they knew the rule: the first ride of the day is the Pirates ride, and so like nothing else can be done. If it's closed for some reason, then we stand there and we wait. So
yes, it's a must.
So yes, so my love, my fascination for not the real pirates, like the Somalian people carrying guns and knocking over cruise ships and all that, but the idea of these old Spanish pirates from 1400s and all that, it's all completely romanticized. It's just but I love the idea, and I love it so fervently that my entire family, my kids, my sister, my parents, they've all kind of adopted a love for pirates because of it.
I see. Actually, I have a picture. Let me see if I can share it here quick with you and the audience. When I saw this picture for you,
yes.
When I saw this one, I said, okay, Ryan and I, we're going to be best friends for lives. Like, I'm not exaggerating if I tell you, Ryan, if I count the number of shirts and merchandise and such that I have, like with Mickey in particular, I literally have over 100. Like, I'm a quite the shirt collector for Disney and for Mickey. So when I saw this picture, I said, okay, that's it.
So Mickey's official birth date is November 18th, 1928. And my birthday, my birthday is November 18th also. And so For Mickey's 100th birthday, my kids are taking me to Disneyland, and this is as a thank you for all the times I've taken them. So, 2028,
nice.
November 18th, I will be at Disneyland. So look around for me, people.
Yes, yeah. We're gonna have to make a special episode after your visit. Like this is
Yes, definitely,
worth celebrating for two reasons. Let me
So
see.
there's young Ryan learning to play
Yes.
violin.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm looking at this picture
Is that
now,
my crush?
well, no, she's not in this
Okay.
particular shot, but I am still
Okay.
friends with three of those people in that picture.
Cool. That's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Like, I call these like the early days of Ryan. So I have a few pictures
Yes, very
I like
vintage
that.
Ryan.
here. Yes, yeah.
Man, clowns are scary, and this does not change that at all.
It's so cute. I like it. I know something about old pictures always make them like add an extra, I don't know, cuteness to them. Like something about these old style pictures just make them, I don't know, like have nostalgic more.
I look at that. Oh yeah, that's my heritage
Mysterious.
picture. You know, trying to look like an Italian mafia.
Yeah. It's so cute.
I always love Halloween.
Oh yes, yeah. Like also, that's another thing. Like for me, like yeah, I'm also a Halloween fanatic. By the way, I'll share some videos with you later just to give you an idea.
Oh yeah.
So,
All right.
Like, it's like the
That was
old-
my first
Filter
lead in
effect.
or not lead, but my first large role in a play in a
Okay.
musical. It was called Once Upon a Mattress, and I was a knight, Sir Harry.
Okay.
Sir Harry, and my mom made that costume for me.
Nice.
So it was fun.
And
It was
I like
fun.
I like these old style. Like this is the filters before there was filters. You know, like trying to mix
Yes.
like mix two images.
Double exposure and
Yes.
yep.
Yeah. Very nice.
This,
Very
yeah.
nice.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I got in so much trouble with that play set. I forgot about that picture. So
Tell us more.
that sword had a plastic sheath that went around it.
Okay.
And my dad got home from work one evening, and I think he went in at like 4 or 5 in the morning that day, and he worked in a factory that made glass. So it was super, super hot, long, exhausting day at work. He'd worked overtime that day. He got home maybe 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and here I am. I'm this knight that's about to save the kingdom here, but I have this sword, this plastic sword, and it has this heavy duty plastic sheath on it. And he got home, and I was excited to see him, and so I went like this with the sword, and I said, "My king," and that sheath went flying right off the edge of it, hit him right in the head, and I'm afraid, like I just hit my dad in the head, whatever.
Yeah.
And he remembers this. We've talked about it later. He said, I went through so many emotions in that moment of anger and
Yeah.
mad and pain and then realizing that it wasn't his fault. And so,
Oh, I'm sorry.
oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well,
It's
I
one of
guess-
those, those times where you get mad at a situation, but there's nobody to get mad at. Like if
Yeah.
when your cat knocks over something, your phone from the counter or something, and it breaks the phone, you're like, who do I get mad at?
No, yes, yeah, like accident. Well, I'm assuming after that, no more costume with swords for you, probably, right? That was the last.
No, not for a while. Not for a while.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Ryan. Let me see. Let me continue back with our picture gallery, if I may.
Sure.
Let's see here. Oh, actually, you know what? With all the great pictures and things you said, I really would like to thank you personally for the special video. Like I want to tell the audience today as well. Ryan was very kind to make special recording, a special performance for our for our session today. So thank you very much, Ryan. This is like really
You're welcome.
kind and sweet of you. And let me see if I can play it.
Let's sit down and talk, just you and me, about inconsequential things, about how life gets in the way of every little thing. I think I need coffee. I think I need a couch, 'cause I'm too drunk to talk, and I won't remember anyway. Let's sit down and talk, just you and me, about love and hate and how little all that bullshit really means anyway. I think I need a cigarette. I think I need a couch, 'cause I'm too drunk to care, and everything seems pretty good to me. Let's sit down and talk, just you and me. Why can't we talk, just you and me? We never talk, just you and me. Why can't we talk, just you and me? Oh, 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 oh,
Go ahead. Tell us about the song.
Oh, well, shoot. I didn't have anything to say about it, but I mean, I mean if you had any questions.
I really do appreciate.
No,
yeah.
So this, as I mentioned, this song "Talk" is one of my favorites from Captain Tractor, and I'm not sure why, but just something about it just kind of stuck with me, and so I played it. Gosh, I played it hundreds of times on hundreds of stages, and I've always gotten such a good reaction from this song that that I know that when they wrote it, they were onto something good.
Mm, very nice. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us again. Like, it's really.
Oh, you're welcome.
As I mentioned, you are the first guest in my show who prepared a special feature or special performance for the episode. So thank you. Like.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
You are the first to hit that milestone, so thank you.
Yeah, no, let's start a trend. We'll keep it going like this.
Yes, yeah. Thank you, Ryan. Let's see. If I may, I'm going to continue your. I would like to call it Ryan journey over the years with pictures. So
Sure.
I'm going. Pictures are easier to share with this setup. They don't seem to, I would say, like, slow things down.
Okay.
Most of the time. This is also a very nice picture.
This was taken at China Beach in Los Ojos, California, and this was, oh my gosh, the photographer Jen Castillo. She's a good friend of mine, and we've talked about this journey many times, and this was such a depressing trip for both of us, and a depressing photo shoot. I was in a really rough place in my life, and so she's a great listener and a great friend, so she just let me talk, and I was just telling her about all of these things that were going on our way to the beach, and I brought down the mood so badly. So by the end of it, I mean, I think I only shared one or two photos from this session with you, but every photo from this session just feels so gloomy, and it has nothing to do with anything intentional. It's just where our moods had gotten by time we had gotten to the beach because of all that negative energy I brought. It's awful. I feel, even to this day, I feel bad for how much I brought her down that day.
No, like I think sometimes like life is all about balance, right? Like, yeah, you have some happy, nice moments. Sometimes, yeah, you have rough days, rough time, uncertainty. So, like,
Sure.
it's, I wish life is always happy and cheerful, but yeah, reality is not.
If it was, there wouldn't be nearly as many good songs.
Yes, actually, and thank you for mentioning that. Maybe that will be a good time that I can ask you one of the questions I have. Well, actually,
Sure,
it's kind of a two-part questions.
Okay.
What do you believe? Like, you can give me one or more, like a song or more that you consider the happiest songs, and same thing, one or more that you consider the saddest songs. Like some titles, some names, if you have to choose.
So,
If
gosh,
you can choose, yeah, like one is enough from each category.
I'd say one of the happiest songs, and it's one that I've started covering recently too, and started playing myself, is "You Can Call Me Al" by Paul Simon. And it's so much fun. And for me, I associate it with the music video that I saw in the 80s with if you've seen it with Chevy Chase and Paul Simon, and then the story behind that that there was a different music video prepared for Saturday Night Live, but Paul Simon didn't like it, and so he and Chevy Chase just put together this thing real quick, and he liked it so much more that's what they turned into the official music video. That's the story that I understood it anyway. But it's such a fun, happy feel to it for me anyway. And then I think the saddest song is "Fade In, Fade Out," and gosh, I forgot who wrote that. The problem with streaming music, especially if you're just letting Spotify or Apple Music or whoever just do like a radio mix for you, where they're just putting songs in there, you just don't know, because you're not purchasing the albums anymore. It's harder to know or remember who sings what.
Yes.
You're like, I really like this song, but I'm on the riding lawnmower right now, and I have no place to write this down, so I hope I hear it again someday. So
I hear you.
So let's see. Fade. I happen to actually have a computer right in front of me. Actually, I don't use computers much these days, but right now I have one for this podcast. So "Fade In, Fade Out" by a band called Nothing More, and it's a really heavy, depressing song about the journey of life, and the cycle of your parents fade in, and then they fade away as you're starting to fade into your, I guess, the peak time of your life.
I see. Okay.
I'm summarizing this so poorly, but every time I listen to it, every stinking time I listen to it, I cry like I'm a 7-year-old girl who just lost her Barbie. So.
Oh wow! Like really deep. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll have to check both of these songs because I haven't really heard either one. So now I'm excited to. I'll check them and I'll let you know. Thank you, Ryan.
Now, I will say, Mohammed, for being a pop music guy, not knowing "You Can Call Me Al" by Paul Simon, not knowing that song is a cardinal sin, and so you definitely need to rectify that, or otherwise you're gonna have to take your pop badge and throw it away. So
that's a challenge. Okay. No, you are right. Like, I only heard a few songs for Paul Simon, but yes, I know he's considered, like I would say, one of the early days of pop icons, if that's the right way I'm saying it.
Right.
Yes,
I'm sure you are quite a bit younger than me too, so I guess there's a little leeway.
Thank you. I'll check the song for sure.
Sure.
Thank you, Ryan.
I'd like to say this is a costume, but really this is just a Tuesday for me. So.
Okay. Okay, we'll keep it at that.
Yeah.
Let's take a look here. Can you tell me what band, what artist, what musician that inspire you the most, influence you the most, or maybe both? It can be more than one name, more than one band, or more than one musician.
Yeah. I would, I mean, as mentioned earlier, I'm not on the promotional team for Captain Tractor as much as it might sound like I am, but I would say that they were probably the most influential in taking me out of this Disney Christian music world
I
that I
see.
was in, and bringing me into other things. But I would say for songwriters,
Mhm.
um, when I was younger, that would have been Rich Mullins and Dave Matthews, and both of them. And here's one of the things too. And I know you had asked me this, or it had come up at some point
Yeah.
about singers and encouraging people who might want to sing what to do. And
Yes.
Rich Mullins, Dave Matthews, these are a couple of names of many names who have become very successful and don't have a great singing voice.
Mhm.
But what they did find was a style that worked for their voices, and they let the authenticity of their lyrics, their words, their hearts come out through their music. And there are so many
Mhm.
artists like that. And so if you want to sing, if you want to be a performer, if you want to be a
Mhm.
songwriter or recording artist, there is
Mhm.
nothing, absolutely nothing keeping you from doing that. All you need to do is find a style that works for your voice and how you
Mhm.
feel and make it happen. That's what people care about. So,
Mhm. I love
but to
that.
go back to your question, instead of just being on my soapbox preaching here, I
That's
will,
okay.
I think Mumford and Sons is probably Marcus Mumford. I think his music has been, or what he's been doing and the band has been doing, has been probably the strongest influence to me. They're a band that I didn't really buy into at first when they first came
Mhm.
out. Over, gosh, 15 plus years ago or so. They were I was being recommended that I listen to them by some friends. Hey Ryan, you should really
Okay.
try it. And I don't even remember what song it was that I heard first, but it didn't do it for me. And I thought, okay, well, this is just something that's popular for no reason, popular just because it's popular.
I
And
see. I see.
so I didn't pay it any second thought. And then I heard they released their album Believe, and I had heard some music from that, and I thought, wait,
Mhm.
this can't be the same group that I was so dismissive of before.
Mhm.
And the more I listen to the lyrics that Marcus came up with, it's so poetic and so deep, and resonates with me so much because of, without going into the negative stuff, because of a
Mhm.
lot of similarities we've had in our backgrounds, and a lot of
Mhm.
the things that have been struggles, I guess,
Okay. I
that
see. I
we had
see.
similarly gone through. That for me, I was able to really feel what he was singing about.
Ah.
And in
Okay.
addition to that, I love folk instruments, and
Mhm.
Mumford and Sons. It's layers upon layers of folk instruments, and absolutely love it. The songwriting, again, his lyrics. He's singing about things that I have also lived through, and have been a big part of me in either good or bad ways. And
I see. I see.
so I think right now, or for the last 15 years or so,
Mm.
that's probably been the strongest influence on me. And
Okay.
I say that because when I get stuck, and I don't want to play, I'm just not in the mood to play any music,
Mhm.
or I'm not finding any inspiration to write with, I'll just listen
Mhm.
to some of their albums, or even the Marcus Mumford self-titled album,
Mhm.
and that's enough to be a catalyst for me to step forward and start working on things, or
Okay.
applying myself again.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Ryan. So that was one of the pictures I like to share with the audience, and maybe you can tell us and the audience what
Okay.
is this story or what is this picture about?
Yeah. So I I started when I was maybe 19 or so, maybe 20, going to open mics, and
Cool.
I found that I absolutely love open mics. I love being able to try new things out, to really hone my skills without having to book a gig. I try out new jokes, new songs, but also
Nice.
get to meet other performers and get to hear what they're doing. Build If you haven't experienced the open mic world, I guess, whether it's from comedy or musicians or poetry, it's such a wonderful place to meet other people in the same area as you. Like for me,
Okay.
although I've done a few open mic mixes that have been comedy, poetry, music, whatever. What I tend to gravitate to are the music open mics, and especially
Okay.
the more acoustic ones. And I've been doing that since I was 19 years old. So for gosh, almost 30 years now. And I've been an open mic performer. I've been an open mic host, and in my non-music world, my real life world, I was a tech executive with my focus being on root cause analysis and on finding patterns. And so what I did is I took my experience as a listener and a performer and as an open mic host, and I
Okay.
broke that down to what makes successful open mic performances and created a how-to book about how to get there. So if
Cool.
you say, Mohammed, say you have never stepped on a stage before, but you want to, and you're interested in it, you have a guitar or piano or a harmonica, and you're like, hey, I have two songs that I've been working on, and I want to figure out how I can start getting on stage. This book will take you there. Say, Mohammed,
Cool.
that you've
Okay.
you've been playing open mics for 6-7 years or so, and you say, I'm comfortable with where I am, but I want to be better. This book will take you there. It takes you
Nice.
from the journey from never having
Starter.
stepped on stage all the way through booking regular gigs or turning open mic as a performer into just a lifestyle, a community, or such. It's
that.
full of stories and my experiences, lessons. But I wrote it in a way, and I don't think I mentioned this before, but I was I was a youth leader at my various churches, and I wrote it in such a way that I would as a leader trying to build up somebody. And
Okay.
so
Okay. I like that.
it's a very positive experience. The only don't do this that's in there are things that I have done and learned from, but
Nice.
instead
Okay.
it's written in a way to build you up, to challenge
Encourage.
you to grow one step at a time, and it's done in a way that is progressive, and so
Nice.
you do grow and you do build up with every chapter of the book. And I've gotten such wonderful response from it, from people all across their open mic skill level, I guess, from beginners all the way to people that have been playing for just as long as I have. And it's really, like I said, I've gotten some really great response from that, but it's a book that I am proud of. It wasn't just a,
Nice.
hey, let me write something and see if I could sell it. It's something that I've invested 30 years of my life in, and
Nice.
although there's always going to be more for me to learn, I feel like I
For all of us.
was able to I feel like I was able to share enough knowledge that it would really provide personal growth, both on and off the stage, actually. So
Yeah.
I don't know anything about sales. That is a weak point of mine, and I don't claim to be any good at that. So I don't have a manager or publisher or anything. It's self-published through Amazon. And
Nice.
so if you wanted to pick it up, you can pick it up there or on my website. But
Thank you.
if you ever, Mohammed, if you ever decided that you wanted to be a publisher or a book manager, and you help me get this into Guitar Center, then yeah, you're welcome to whatever percentage that you get from that.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Thank you. Thank
All
you,
right,
Ryan.
I appreciate
Definitely.
that.
Thank you so much. So yeah, so actually, like, thank you for mentioning that. So yeah, for our viewer and audience who would like to, whether to find a copy of this book or find any of your music releases, where should they look for? Like tell us all. How can people reach out to you, find out about your music releases, your music coming
Yeah.
gigs, or your book? Where can they find all of these?
Sure. Yeah. So the best way where you can find a connection to however you want to find me, whether that be Instagram or Amazon or anything like that, the best place is start with the website, CaptainSilverTooth.com. And
Perfect.
it's however you want to spell it, CPT Silvertooth or CAPTAIN Silvertooth. But both domains will take you to the same place, CaptainSilverTooth.com.
Easy.
And on there, you'll actually find oh my gosh, Mohammed, I've got another story for you. And this,
Please.
most of my stories revolve around mistakes that I've made. So I like to learn, and I'm not done learning. But anyway, on my website, I have a brand new release, which is a remastered instrumental album called "And Apples for Dessert." I wrote it originally in 2004, and it is a far step away from what I normally play. It's not the piano music, it's not the folk music. It is electronic, all electronic instrumental songs, and each one of them completely different from the one before, all different styles. It was a very experimental time, and so I was just playing with some new software and new patches on my keyboard, and so it was a lot of fun. Anyway, that was 2004. So it has just been remastered and re-released along with some remixes that my nephew he goes by the artist name DirectX, DYRECTX. But my nephew created some remixes from this because when he was little, I had given him this CD to listen to, and for him he had such strong memories and connections to that when he started creating his own music and doing mixes and stuff, he asked me if he can play with some of my songs in that way, and he did such a fantastic job. But those tracks are also released on this album. But here's where the story comes in.
Yes.
So one of the tracks on there is called Trisha D, and that is named after somebody else that I had gone to elementary school with. And I wrote that because I had just learned, this was 2004. I just learned, because I hadn't talked to her for years, that she had moved to Beverly Hills, become an esthetician, and she was living this I had no idea what kind of life, but it was very different than how we grew up. And I started thinking about my own life, and this was before I had moved away and before I had started having the adventures that I've had now. I started thinking about what kind of life I could have and what sort of things could be in store for me, how things would be different, and those types of thoughts in my head. And those thoughts were in my head as I was working on trying out a new song and trying out new styles. And so my mood and what I was feeling as I was putting these sounds together were reflecting my thoughts. And so when it came time to come up with the name of the song, I named it Trisha D, named it after my friend. Okay. So that was just more of a dedication for starting this whole thought journey that led to the feelings that went into the song. Are you with me so far?
Yes, yeah.
And you're like, so far, that all of that, there's more too?
No, please.
So
I'm all ears.
So I was thinking about it last night because the album just was released yesterday. I was thinking about it last night, and I thought, wait, I never told Trisha about this song. And I thought, I meant to do that. I meant to do that in 2004, and I didn't. And it is so weird and so awkward now, but it will be even weirder if she finds this out from anybody else. Like if one of our friends that we grew up with happened to come across this, Trisha, why is Ryan writing a song about you? And like how awkward and weird that is. And so I sent her a message last night, and I told her, pretty much everything that I just told you. Okay. Like, it's one of those things where you feel like you've said too much, but you don't know what you said that was too much because the silence met with that story. I'm like,
that's not good.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it was so weird because I waited 20 years to tell her, and I didn't mean to. Like, I think I'd planned on telling her, and then something came up, and then it just came out of my head, completely. And then I just, like I said, I just realized last night that I never told her about this. And so anyway, that's a fun little side story. Yeah. But back to your original question that this tangent brought us on. Yes, you can purchase that album for download, digital download on CaptainSilverTooth.com.
Yeah,
and it will be available for streaming in a couple weeks. Yeah.
Very nice. So I guess the most important part, did you get any reply or not yet? Or you don't want to
No, I have no idea what she thought of that too.
Well, this is...
and she's not somebody I know well. I mean, she's somebody I grew up with, but she's not somebody I know well. So I have no idea how she took that or anything like that. And so I'm just trying not to think about it because it just feels so awkward.
Well, I hope like let's put it this way. I'll hope you'll hear back from her soon, and you'll hear back from her whatever you like to hear. Like
me too.
I think it's a nice gesture. Like it shows that you really like you're fond of your friendship with her. So I think this is nice and sweet. Little awkward, but overall nice and sweet.
Well, I have I've released. And I've taken them down because I want better versions of them and I want to remaster them. So I've taken down their availabilities, but I've released 7 or 8 instrumental albums. And for the instrumental albums, I often, especially with piano, what I tend to do is just sit down, hit record, and play. It's all improvisational, and I'm just playing what I'm feeling at the moment. And because of that, the names of these songs are so varied. Like I was playing an open mic once, and I had my piano, and I had just come, had my dinner, used the bathroom, washed my hands, whatever, and so I'd played a very, very dark, melodic piece, instrumental piece on the piano. And I was just making it up as I went. And somebody asked me, the host asked me, Ryan, what was the name of that last one? And I just said, well, it's called When There's Blood on the Ice, the Urinals Are Overflowing. That's the name of the song. Because, that was what the moment was.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I see. Like that. By the way, Ryan, I did listen to one of your album. I'm sorry. I want to say it's the one that's available on your YouTube channel, and I like the way you build them. Like for me, there was always an anticipation of what's coming next on each track. There was I like the way you layer them, like as the song progresses, and there was always some anticipation that's happening. I'll definitely link all your media on our show.
Thank you.
On the lower part. So,
I'm really glad that you noticed that, because that's something that I intentionally do, because not so much, and I don't necessarily do that because I want my audience on the edge of their seats. It's because I enjoy listening to that, and I enjoy when the layers come in, like progressive music, adding one and then another, then so, and
see how they blend well together. Yes, thank you, Ryan. If you like, we'll take our maybe last quick break, and then we will do our I would say like the ending of the show. I mean, I'm enjoying the conversation so much. Like
Oh, it's
all
going to
your
be a long
stories.
episode.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm going to have to trim some parts, the one that I feel maybe to
Sure.
keep it too long. But yeah, like it's a pleasure meeting you and knowing all your music experience. Thank you for all of that. We'll take a
Thank
very
you.
quick break. Thank you, and we will be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, with our show Pop Will Never Stop and our dear guest for today, Ryan, or as known as Captain SilverTooth. Um,
Captain Silvertooth.
yes, I like the name. Let's
Friends
see.
call me Cap.
There you go. Probably like this will be, I would say, like the end, the last part of
Okay.
our recording.
Sure.
Two things I would like to mention before I forget. Um, I really would like to thank podcasters on Facebook because through that group I was able to meet Ryan and we were able to do that recording. So thank you for the group and thank you for making a community for podcasters to meet other interest like host and guest and similar podcaster where we can do
Hmm.
more community and more collaboration. So thank you, Ryan.
Hmm.
You are the first guest I'm hosting from the group, and I'm also actually working with two other gentlemen as well. So hopefully I'll be
Oh,
having more
great.
guests coming. Yeah.
Great.
So thank you for the group again, podcasters on Facebook, and thanks Ryan for being here. And I also would like to highly encourage all our audience and viewers today to check Ryan music releases, Ryan performances. Like I think we can all participate to help all our local artists, our local musician. I think it's in a way. Everyone who love music and like music probably supporting your local artist and your local musician
Yes.
I highly encourage and hope at least to check all his releases and all his performance. I think it's
Well, thank you.
of course. I hope like I know I'm still a starter myself. I don't have a lot of followers, but hopefully as the channel grow, hopefully they will see this episode and check all your music, all your social media, and follow you. And please feel free give Ryan, give both of us comment, feedback. Feel free to share the episode of today, share it with anyone who like music, and go ahead, Ryan. Yes.
Yeah,
Like say
I mean,
something.
on as far as that goes, I would say the best place to get a good impression of me would be my YouTube channel. Again, linked on the website, but I put a lot of work into getting good videos out there. But aside from that, I mean, as far as what you're doing, Mohammed, I think you're gonna end up with a very successful show here because your
Thank you.
mannerisms, the way that you're bringing positivity to this whole conversation.
Thank you.
I appreciate you having me, but I think you would do great with any guest because you've got quite a wonderful way about bringing out these answers, these stories, and so thank you for being such a great host.
Thank you so much. As I mentioned, Ryan, you're very kind. I know I have a long way, but thank you so much. Like I appreciate all what you said. You're very kind. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Okay, Ryan. So just so I'm trying to cover all the important questions that left for today.
Sure.
Can you tell me maybe your, let's say, either your weirdest or your worst music experience or a music gig or something that you like to tell us in the audience?
Yeah, there is something very specific that comes to mind. Now performing as often as as I have, there have been quite a few experiences that I've had. So for something to stand out this strongly, that I know exactly what story to tell you.
Okay.
Okay. So I was in Atlanta playing. It was either a set or an open mic set, but I was playing at Dave & Buster's, and my dad had flown out to spend a little time with me in Atlanta, and so he'd gone with me to this, and we were at Dave & Buster's, and I was waiting for my turn to go on. Okay. So he wanted to buy me a drink before I played, and no problem. I was sitting there. We had some dinner, and so he bought me a drink. He bought us both the same drink, and this specific drink is called a Black Feather Martini. It's, if you've ever been on a cruise, they do these big martini deal things all the time, and they're always a lot of fun. You get all these different varieties. So this Black Feather Martini, it's a favorite of his. It's not even a martini, but that doesn't matter. But it's very, very strong. Like there is such a high concentration of alcohol in there. It's insane. But I just had one, and while I'm sitting next to him, I'm kind of clocking out of the corner of my eye that he's had maybe 2 or 3 of them. And I'm sitting here, and I had people coming up, because people that know me from just kind of the area. Oh, hey, you're Ryan, right? You're going to play today? And, some people just being nice and coming by. So I would turn and talk to them from time to time. My dad, in the meantime, is just going through drink after drink. And I'm just trying to get through my one here. So I, eventually it's my time to go up, and I stand up, and like the room is completely spinning. I had no idea what's going on. Like I know that I'm supposed to walk in this general direction to my keyboard, and I like walk like this, and I've never had this happen to me with one drink before. And I didn't know what was going on. So I get to my keyboard, and like I was in such a fog. I couldn't remember the words to my own stinking songs that I wrote. It was crazy. I played an awful set, awful set from what I can remember. And then I go back and I sit down. My dad is cracking up. And so come to find out, every time somebody would come over and I'd turn, he would pour his drink into my drink. And so I had 3 of these massive, so strong, so much alcohol. I had 3 of these things, and I had no idea. And he didn't even have finished the one that he was drinking. So,
oh my! I mean, was that like intentional? Like, was he being nice? Or like,
oh yeah, no, he thought it was hilarious. He thought it was hilarious.
Oh my God.
And it's a funny joke, but it completely changed my performances from that time on. This was 2006, and since then I never drink before going on stage. Never. Like, I won't touch it. I won't drink, and if I eat, I'll eat just very, very little, because you don't want to be burping into the mic because you're taking a big breath to hold a note or something like that.
Got it.
Yeah, I'll happily grab a martini or a whiskey or something afterwards, but I will only take the stage sober now, because I don't want I don't want the time and the heart that I've put into putting whatever song together. I don't want that to be contaminated by some substance or something in my mind that's taking away from that, because you can't connect with people. And I'm sure you put this together from our conversations, but the biggest part of this music for me is connecting with people.
Yes, yeah. Okay. Well,
it's a fun story. He still laughs at that, and I laugh at it too. But I'm like, yeah. Thanks for doing that. So, it was all in good fun, though.
Ryan, I think I know why he did that to you. Remember the day when you hit him with the sheath of the swords? So. See?
Yes, he has been waiting.
Yes,
he has been stacking his cards. Like he'd been buying me instruments growing up and making sure that I had access to all his music. He knew one day he would be able to. It's a sinister plot, Dr. Evil plot.
Yeah.
You're right. He's a villainous genius.
You underestimated him. No, I think after the show,
I did.
yeah, after the show, you're gonna send him a text. The text will say, "Dad, we need to talk," something like that.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Uh, Thank you, Ryan. Let me see. I know I still have a lot of great pictures for you. I'm going to,
Okay.
yeah, try to cover hopefully most of them. Uh, Let me share this one with you. I also like, allow me. Yeah, we will probably be sharing like maybe a few more pictures. The one that I think
Okay.
you like to. I can see like you
That's
playing
my girl.
music. Very nice
That's my
picture.
girl. My gosh, she was my high school sweetheart, and
Nice.
we got older and separated as what happens at that time, and then we reconnected a while back, and we've been married for almost 10 years now. So,
Nice.
but she has been my muse, my inspiration, my support, my backbone, the person who says you need another guitar.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like, not only musically, just I would not have grown as a person, as a human, I would not be who I am today if it wasn't for her. So I know
Very
this, it
nice.
sounds cheesy, it sounds sappy, but it's
Oh
so,
no,
so
no.
true, Muhammad. I can't even express how amazing that, how amazing of a person she is, and everything that she's done for me.
Very nice. Well, best of regard to your wife and to all your family. I can see, like, my guess so far, part of your music inspiration and music thoughts and music
Mhm.
creativity is from your wife, from your family, from the people near you, and I like that. Like this is
Oh,
more
yes.
uh, very nice, very nice.
Yes.
I like this one here, Mr. Kenny
Yeah.
G.
Yeah, and that's what I looked like when she met me, and for some reason she still likes me. I don't know why, but
I told you she's a keeper.
yep, exactly.
I like this. By the way, saxophone for me, again, I'm not a musician myself in any way, but if
Mhm.
I have to choose one instrument, like as my favorite, I think saxophone for me. Uh, if I ever learn any music instrument one day, it will be a saxophone for me.
Mhm.
I love saxophone.
That's got a great sound.
Yes, yeah, and I think I want to say maybe big part of it is I love "Careless Whisper" by George Michael a lot, and the saxophone in that song was just, yeah. This is my cheesy side, I
That's
suppose.
awesome.
So
That is my favorite thing that you've said so far. That's
out of
hilarious.
yeah, I am guilty of all you can call it cheesy, that's fine, but yeah, like 80s love songs
I
with
get it, man.
saxophone. This is like for me. This is let's see. I'm trying to see what other pictures. Okay, well, I know I still have lists of questions. Any other
Oh,
question,
sure.
Ryan? Maybe I forget what you were waiting for. Maybe you can help me this way. Any other question that got your attention and you like to
Yeah.
answer
You know
them?
what? You sent such a great list of questions for me to look at before we started, and our conversation has just flowed. We've gone
Yes,
in and out of your list, and
totally
I
fine,
feel
totally
like,
fine.
yeah, I feel like we've covered such a wide variety of things that I don't feel like there's anything that's missing, but
Yes. Well, how about I have one, if I may.
sure.
Can you give me some of your music guilty pleasure?
Music, oh my gosh. Even okay,
Spill the
even
tea.
today, before we started our show, I drove over to Taco Bell to grab myself some breakfast here, and
Okay.
I told, I'm not going to say that name, but it's the name of the girl who lives in your iPhone. I don't want to trigger anybody's devices to turn on or anything like that. But I said to this person, play me the Phil Collins songs from Brother Bear. And I still sing along full volume to just about every Disney soundtrack that's that's out there.
Okay, okay.
I mean,
That's
I take on the role of Elsa, and I'll sing my Frozen songs, and
Oh, let it go.
go back and sing as the genie from Aladdin. I
Okay.
love it.
Oh yes, yes. Like I told you, Ryan. I have more than one friend who's also like Disney and into Disney, and I'm trying to make a
Mhm.
special episode that's all about Disney songs and Disney. Like, yeah, they have such a variety, such good memories, like with a lot of them.
Sure, of course, of course.
And definitely, please, like I know it's still early, but after your visit Mickey 100th birthday, we'll plan a very far episode in the
You
future.
got it. You got it. Maybe
Thank
I'll
you.
have a, Disney cover album out by then.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. I would like to be the exclusive channel for that.
You got it. You got it. If that release happens, then it will happen to you first before the rest of the world.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Let me see. I think what I'm going to do, if I may, I'll play some of your picture, but more on a slideshow. And when I do that,
So in addition to getting my older albums remastered, my next upcoming project is called Between Two Worlds, and it's a dual album that I'm putting together because I've found that my styles are very, very different when I play guitar versus when I play piano, even to my own songs. And I asked my wife, again, my biggest fan, but also she's quite honest with me if something's not working out. And I'll ask her sometimes, well, which do you like better? And she, to paraphrase, she'll tell me they're basically apples and oranges. I mean, they're two different songs, two different styles. And so what I've chosen to do is take these songs that I've played on both instruments and release them together both ways. So Between Two Worlds, that's it's a combination of the two worlds of me on guitar versus me on piano, and the two worlds of the life that I've lived in the US and in Canada, and songs written with those different experiences.
I like that. Okay. The early days of Ryan
Mhm.
again.
The early days of Ryan. Yeah, this was in Huntington Beach.
Okay, okay.
Some gig that I did. The guy wanted promo materials, so he paid for a photo shoot, and
Cool,
and
cool.
this was my first professional photo shoot that I had ever done.
I
Guy
I
did a
like the
great job, and
yeah, no, I like I like the boy band inspiring era, like the white shirt and like I'm a big
the
boy band.
hesitation you heard in my voice was me looking at this in that same way that you're talking about. I'm looking at this now, 26 years later, and I'm thinking, I can't believe that I went through with this. And our styles changed and all, but did it really have to be this?
Well, Ryan, allow me to say, I want it that way.
Oh my gosh.
Pardon my terrible voice. I try
I
to be good
guarantee you, your
again when I
voice is not
can.
any worse than the original version.
Well, okay, Ryan, please, just so you to understand, I believe my followers are all boy music band fans, so let's be careful of what to say here. I'm just
Yeah.
joking with you.
So
I'm just
okay.
joking
So
with you.
so that song. No, that song you were just singing. My I think my favorite version of that was Weird Al's version cover of it, where he sang, "I bought it on eBay." And I, to go to your earlier question, that's my other guilty pleasure. Our
Okay, okay.
artists like Weird Al who will take these popular songs
Oh,
and
he's
make the
great.
lyrics so much better.
Yeah, that's debatable if it's much better, but anyway, he's a genius. He's a genius for sure.
He is.
That's
He
another one. That's
is.
another one.
Yeah, another one from
See,
that shoot.
I think you are
I was
part
so
of a
young.
boy
I was a
band. You just don't
baby.
see it.
I
Are
know
you
it.
sure?
I know it.
Maybe you were the sixth missing member of Backstreet Boys. Are you sure you don't have any archive? Any? I'm just teasing you.
I really was hoping that you wouldn't find those videos. So we'll just say that I don't.
Actually, you know what, Ryan? Speaking of videos, I also have to share something else with you and the audience. Like, I say, okay, Ryan must have so much time to do these cool videos.
There was some, gosh, I don't even remember what it was, and this was before even ChatGPT became
I
the
know
norm that it is right now.
the
But it was
pre-AI
some
era.
filter
Yeah.
thing that did this, and I was having so much fun with these, and
can
I did
tell.
Captain Jack Sparrow. I was Tyler Durden from Fight Club. I did one
Yes.
of me as Taylor Swift once. I mean, it was just having a lot of
Yeah.
fun with these.
You were. I was like, oh my God, these I have to share. Like, let me see.
Yeah, that's
I
good
have,
stuff right there.
I have one more here. Let me also pause it. Like, and
Oh
this,
yeah, my
like,
Sheldon Cooper.
so
I
that, yeah,
forgot about
yeah.
that one.
I mean, this is really,
That's great.
like, it's really,
Again, Sheldon Cooper's character, the character of Sheldon
oh,
Cooper. There are so many
yes.
similarities, and that I find with him. It's like while we watch Big Bang Theory, my wife will laugh so hard at
Oh,
him, and
yes.
it's a little too hard. And I look at her, and then I realize that she's not laughing at him; she's laughing
She's
at me and the
comparing.
things that I've done that were exactly like him.
Ah. Yeah, when I saw this video, I was laughing. I said, "Okay, you know what, Ryan? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to share this with the audience. Like, this is just
No,
too
that's
too
perfectly fine.
too hard to miss." Yeah, like I can
That is
tell.
my mistake for putting it out there in the world at some
Yes,
point.
yeah, really cute, really cute. I like them. I like them. Like it is. Yeah, it's just like you said. Like I feel this is like just before the AI, just the pre-AI era, just when
Hmm.
like starting
Hmm.
off.
Yep. Yep.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I mean, this show by itself, I cannot tell you how many times we watched it and rewatched it and rewatched. It's just like it gets funnier the more you watch it.
Oh,
It's
definitely. It's on
it's
a
a
loop at our house
brilliant,
as well. Hmm.
yes, a brilliant show. Like every character, every it's just
Hmm.
like basically, I think there is no character that I love the most and hate the most like Sheldon. He brings all of his, like in a very good way. You know what I'm saying? Like Sheldon being
Yeah.
himself is
Well,
just
I
amazing.
for work, I had spent the majority of my career in the tech industry, and the similarities between the characters on Big Bang and the personalities that I've come
At
in
work.
contact with over the years. I
Uh,
mean, I don't even see it as a satire, as a spoof. These are real people to
real,
me.
yes, yeah. Actually, speaking of your tech, I also saw pictures say, "Oh, this looks serious." Let me. I think that this will be the last picture I will
Okay.
share because yeah, like this look like whatever you're doing, you look very serious. You're like, uh-oh, who
Oh my
spilled the
gosh.
tea? Like
Yeah.
this is like,
Yeah, somebody spilled something, and for a short time I got to work for Apple, and I was
oh,
pretty familiar with tearing these machines apart. Oh, that looks like a battery upgrade right there. Actually, that wasn't the big spill.
oh,
So
okay, okay.
yeah,
So are you
yeah,
are you a certified Apple genius?
that was the best title that I'd ever had. My business card said Ryan Barnes Genius. So yes, I got to work for Apple for a while at the Genius Bar, and
Cool.
let's see, there is an NDA with Apple, so without exposing anything else,
Got
I
it.
will say I got to play with some pretty cool prototypes in Cupertino at some point, and
Very
that was really
nice.
awesome.
Very cool.
The
Very
originals look nothing like the finished project, nothing at all like the
yeah,
finished
yeah.
product. No.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Ryan. Like
Yeah.
again, I really once again appreciate. Like first of all, I appreciate you reached out to me. I appreciate how available and accessible you were to make this show happen today. Um, I get to learn today about Ryan the musician and Ryan the kind man. Like I'm really like very like it's always hard to I'm very pleased by your company today. Very pleased to
No,
know
well, thank
you,
you. Thank
and
you.
I also hope that you will be one of the guests that I would like to have frequently or infrequently. Like hopefully, maybe your next album, your next music chapter, we may have another
Yeah. Yeah,
episode that we
Mohammed,
can record together.
I've had a great time talking with you today, and
Thank you.
I would love to come back if when you'll have me. And thank you
Thank you.
again. I know I said this before, and I don't want you to cut this out of the video when you produce it. I want you to keep this in. Thank
Okay,
you
okay.
so much for being such a wonderful host, and I really wish you the best with this podcast and this adventure that you have. I think it has such great potential to be successful because of how you're approaching it. So thank you for
Thank
putting
you.
it together and for having me.
My pleasure, Ryan. Best of luck in your music career. Best of luck in your music and
Thank you.
your life and forever next adventure, whatever next chapter you have. Wish you all the best. I will put all your links and your social media here
All
for
right.
our viewers to check them, and hopefully,
Excellent.
I highly encourage all our viewers today to subscribe to your channel, to follow your Facebook, and be part of any upcoming releases and any upcoming music adventure you may have.
Wonderful. Thank
Uh,
you, Mohammed.
my pleasure. Best regard, and I wish you a, a happy rest of the weekend. And I'm sure we will be in touch. And best of luck in any field.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You as well. Thank you, Ryan. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.